Marla Maples has never lived louder than the headlines around her, yet she has always searched for a quieter world of her own. High in the mountains, surrounded by clean air and wide horizons, she has built a space shaped by peace, reflection, and a lifestyle far removed from the chaos of her Trump years. The soft morning light, the stillness of the trees, and the calm rhythm of this hidden retreat reveal a woman who has reclaimed her story on her own terms. Today, we step inside that sanctuary and uncover the life Marla Maples truly lives beyond the noise. Marla Maples' story begins in the quiet town of Cohutta, Georgia, where wide fields and slow mornings shaped a girl who always carried more ambition than her surroundings could hold. Born on October 27, 1963, she grew up between two influences: a mother who taught her grace and poise, and a father who mixed real estate work with music, public service, and a dreamer's heart. Even in high school, Marla moved through life with a mix of charm and determination. She played basketball, helped lead her class, and eventually stepped onto the field as the 1980 to 1981 homecoming queen, a moment that hinted she was meant for a larger stage. After a short time at the University of Georgia, she walked away from the predictable path, choosing instead the uncertainty of a world she wanted to chase. Beauty pageants became her first arena. She won the 1983 Miss Resaca Beach Poster Girl title, placed as runner-up in Miss Georgia the following year, and claimed the 1985 Miss Hawaiian Tropic crown. Each win pushed her farther from small-town life and closer to the entertainment world she had imagined since childhood. Her break into film came in 1986 with a role in Maximum Overdrive, but it was her presence, bright, confident, and magnetic, that drew attention. Soon, she found herself moving through arenas far bigger than movie sets. In 1991, she became a featured celebrity at WWF WrestleMania 7, standing in the middle of a roaring crowd as millions watched. That same year, she appeared in Designing Women, marking the beginning of her growing visibility on television. But it was Broadway that revealed another layer of her talent. In 1992, Marla joined the cast of the Tony Award-winning musical The Will Rogers Follies, earning praise for her energy and stage presence. More roles followed: appearances in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Something Wilder, Happiness, Black and White, and a long list of television films that kept her career moving. Even as attention around her personal life intensified during her years connected to Donald Trump, Marla continued to carve out her own identity. She starred in family comedies, Christmas films, dramas, and independent projects. She hosted the Miss USA and Miss Universe pageants, stepped onto off-Broadway stages for Love, Loss, and What I Wore, and even built her own projects. From a maternity clothing line in 1993 to long-running radio hosting work. Her music album, House of Love, earned a Hollywood Music and Media Award, proving she was more than the headlines that tried to define her. In 2016, she stepped back into the national spotlight as a contestant on Dancing with the Stars. She did not win the season, but she won something much more important: a renewed sense of joy and a reminder that she could still surprise people. That same year, she joined The View as a guest co-host, offering her voice with clarity and candor. Beyond the screen, Marla explored other paths: brand campaigns, book projects, and personalized work through Cameo. Always adapting, always creating, building a life that blended spirituality, wellness, and independence. Looking back, Marla Maples' career reads like a series of reinventions. Bold steps, sharp turns, and moments where she chose courage over comfort. Each decision, whether celebrated or judged, pushed her toward the independence and peace. And now, let us explore Marla Maples' mountain home, the peaceful retreat that defines her life today. The mountain home. Calm spaces and the freedom of a new chapter. Marla Maples' mountain home sits quietly on 4.5 acres of green hillside, a 7,300 square foot retreat wrapped in nature and stillness. From the first moment you arrive, the house feels like a private world of its own. The long driveway curves between tall trees before revealing a stately brick estate with white columns, soft landscaping, and a peaceful view of the lake behind it. Everything about the exterior, the car garage, the wide front porch, the stone steps, the hanging flowers, hints at a life built around calm mornings and slow evenings. Stepping onto the porch, the cool slate flooring and striped chairs create a welcoming first pause. Firewood is stacked neatly along the wall, a small detail that shows how often Marla chooses warmth and simplicity over noise. When the front door opens, the entire house greets you with light. Tall arches, white columns, and golden hardwood floors stretch across the foyer, leading your eyes toward oversized windows that frame the lake like a painting. This entrance sets the tone, open, airy, and grounding. To the left, a cozy sitting area sits tucked beneath a curve of windows. Two soft gray chairs face the outdoor view, a quiet corner where Marla likes to read, meditate, or simply watch the water move. Natural light pours in, touching every line of the white crown molding and soft gray walls that run throughout the house. The main living room opens wide, framed by arches and supported by structural columns that feel almost classical. A warm tan sectional wraps around a simple coffee table, creating a space meant for conversation, family nights, or quiet reflection. The white-trimmed windows stretch nearly from floor to ceiling, always bringing the mountains and trees inside with you. Moving deeper into the home, the formal dining area stands simple but meaningful. A long wooden table, soft green chairs, and artwork that reflects calm landscapes. The room blends modern comfort with a rustic touch, offering a place where meals feel unhurried and intentional. From here, the house flows naturally into the heart of the home, the warm, inviting kitchen. Oak cabinets line the walls from end to end, brightened by recessed lighting and wrapped in the glow of natural sunlight. The countertops, long and spacious, open into a full breakfast bar with tall wooden stools. This kitchen was built for movement, cooking, talking, hosting, all with a view of the surrounding forest. Just steps away, the family room sits under a stunning wooden cathedral ceiling. Its stone fireplace anchors the space, the kind of hearth that turns a winter night into something unforgettable. A large leather sectional and a rustic wooden coffee table finish the room with comfort and authenticity. Upstairs and down the hallways, the bedrooms carry a soft, peaceful charm. One room glows with playful colors and gentle carpeting, clearly prepared for a child or visiting family. Another guest room is framed by 3 large windows, filling the space with green views and quiet morning light. The master suite is expansive, warm, and serene. A stone fireplace stands against one wall, adding a lodge-like feeling to the room. The hardwood floors, large windows, and elegant ceiling moldings make it a space that feels both luxurious and deeply personal. The bathrooms throughout the home continue this theme of space and simplicity. Wide counters, bright mirrors, soft, neutral tiles. But the highlight is the soaking tub nestled beside tall windows overlooking the forest. A place where Marla can unwind with complete privacy and nature as her backdrop. Every hallway leads to another soft corner, another quiet moment. Small sitting areas, reading nooks, and sunlit landings where the house opens itself to the lake view again and again. Outside, the backyard stretches toward the water, with a private pool shaped by trees and natural stone. It is peaceful, untouched, and deeply connected to the land. On warm days, sunlight dances on the water. On cooler days, the mountain air creates a calm that settles over everything. This mountain home is more than a residence. It is Marla's sanctuary. A place where she healed, rebuilt, raised her daughter, and reconnected with the quiet parts of herself that fame often hides. And before settling into her mountain retreat, Marla lived a very different chapter in Southern California, inside her Calabasas home. House in Calabasas. Marla Maples once lived behind the gates of Mountain View Estates, in a Calabasas property that felt every bit like a quiet Southern California retreat. Set on a spacious lot with mountain views stretching across the horizon, the home carried the calm, sun-soaked rhythm of the West Coast, a rhythm she embraced while raising her daughter Tiffany. The property spans roughly 5,770 square feet, with 5 bedrooms and 6 bathrooms, and sits on a generous parcel of land that includes a full basketball court and a resort-style backyard. Marla bought the home in November 1999 for $1,349,000, and years later sold it for $2,200,000, earning a tidy $850,000 profit. A quiet but impressive chapter in her financial journey. Step through the grand double doors and the house immediately reveals its character. The entry opens into a large, circular foyer, crowned by a sweeping wrought iron staircase that curves upward with dramatic elegance. Light pours in from high windows, making the space feel warm and welcoming, more like a family home than a Hollywood display. Just beyond, the chef's kitchen sits at the center of the main floor. Designed with an open layout and equipped with modern appliances, it blends functionality with comfort, giving Marla a bright, lively space to cook, host, and spend time with Tiffany. Nearby, multiple living areas offer a mix of stone fireplaces, tall windows, and quiet corners perfect for conversation or relaxation. The layout reflects Marla's life as a single mother. She kept one primary bedroom suite for herself, complete with a stone fireplace and a private balcony overlooking the mountains, a peaceful spot where she began her mornings in silence. Tiffany had her own bedroom nearby, decorated with soft colors and bright California light, designed to feel safe, cheerful, and entirely hers. But the heart of the property lies outdoors. The backyard was built for long afternoons and lively gatherings, anchored by a custom swimming pool with a built-in water slide and a cascading waterfall spa. A swim-up bar with submerged stools sits along the edge, turning the pool into a full entertainment space during warm California days. This Calabasas home was more than a place to live. It was the backdrop of Marla Maples' years as a single mother, a peaceful refuge where she raised her daughter and built stability after a life spent in the center of public attention. The house blended comfort, privacy, and a touch of California glamour. A chapter now closed, but still one of the most memorable in her journey. Leaving behind the sunny corners of Calabasas, we take a look at the cars that have accompanied her throughout her life's journey. Car collection. The first car in her collection is the Tesla Model X, the one that reflects Marla Maples' peaceful, modern lifestyle the most. She chose it for its quiet movement, clean energy, and the way it glides as if floating above the road. The first time she drove it after a charity event in New York, with her daughter Tiffany sitting next to her, the car moved very smoothly and comfortably. With effortless acceleration, all-electric steering, and a current value of around $110,000, it's a car that perfectly suits Marla's style. From that modern silence, her story shifts into something more classic with the Lincoln Town Car, a longtime companion during years of travel and public events. The first time she stepped into it was during a busy press week in Los Angeles, accompanied by a close friend. Inside, the wide leather seats, soft lighting, and generous legroom create the feeling of sitting in a private lounge rather than a car. Valued today at around $25,000, the town car offers a wide, cushioned ride and peace. Finally, there is the Audi A8, the European sedan Marla loved most during her stays in London. She chose it for its perfect balance of strength and elegance, powerful enough to feel confident, yet subtle enough to stay under the radar. Many nights, after long events, she would settle into the soft leather interior of her car, letting the quiet and warm interior light soothe her mind before heading home. Valued today between $85,000, the A8 gives her a sense of both grace and control. 3 cars, 3 different moods, modern, classic, and refined, all reflecting the way Marla Maples moves through her world today, quietly, confidently, and entirely on her own terms. From everything she has in her life today, we now move forward to explore the assets she has built, the financial landscape behind her peaceful lifestyle. Income and net worth. Marla Maples' income story begins with a number that reflects both resilience and reinvention: $6 million. It is a fortune built piece by piece, through films, Broadway roles, television appearances, wellness projects, and the financial decisions she made long after the spotlight moved on. One of the most defining financial chapters in her life came during her marriage and later divorce from Donald Trump. When their relationship ended in 1999, the prenuptial agreement limited her settlement to $1 million plus another $1 million to buy a home and $100,000 a year in support for their daughter, Tiffany, until age 21. It was far less than the $25 million she fought for, but it became the financial foundation she used to rebuild her independence. Holding on to her $250,000 engagement ring was a small but symbolic reminder of everything she had survived. From there, Marla turned her attention back to her own career. Acting roles became her steady income stream. Movies like Executive Decision and earlier work such as Maximum Overdrive brought her paychecks that kept her moving forward, even when the roles were brief. Broadway was another important lane. Joining the Will Rogers Follies in 1992 earned her not only income, but professional credibility, opening doors she needed during a time when her personal life overshadowed her talent. Television added another layer. Guest appearances on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Spin City, The Nanny, and her season on Dancing with the Stars in 2016 all became stepping stones. Not life-changing money, but steady income that kept her visible. Hosting the Miss Universe pageant and later working in radio brought in additional payments, each job supporting her slow but steady climb back into her own spotlight. She also built small but meaningful business ventures. In the early 1990s, her maternity clothing line sold in department stores and added another income channel. More recently, personalized video messages through Cameo and wellness-focused projects, including her book, Marla's Manifesto, created new ways for her to earn while sharing the spiritual lifestyle she now lives by. Real estate has played a major role in her financial journey. In 1999, she purchased a home in Calabasas for $1,349,000 and later sold it in 2013 for $2,200,000, a profit that strengthened her long-term stability. After selling California, she bought a condo near Central Park, a choice that kept her close to opportunities while allowing her to live simply and intentionally. In the end, Marla Maples' wealth is not defined by a single moment, but by years of rebuilding herself with patience and intention. Every film role, hosting job, business venture, and real estate decision now forms the financial foundation of the peaceful, independent life she lives today. And with her finances settled, we move into another chapter. The quiet, meaningful work Marla Maples does for the causes she cares about. Philanthropy. Marla Maples' path to giving began during a quiet trip to the Middle East, where she met Israeli and Palestinian children sharing a room for the first time. That experience inspired her long-term support for Kids Creating Peace, where she has helped raise more than $150,000 to fund workshops, dialogue programs, and summer camps that unite children from both sides of conflict. Her compassion extends to women and girls as well. As an advisory board member for Aware NYC, she has contributed to fundraising events that have generated over $300,000 for shelters, educational programs, and health support for women in New York City and across the world. Music and healing are another part of her heart. Through her support of the Louis Armstrong Center for Music and Medicine, Marla has helped raise over $100,000 for music-based therapy programs used in hospitals for children with chronic illnesses. Her charity work has also taken her around the world as a speaker. Through the London Speakers Bureau, Marla has spoken at events that have raised over $250,000 for wellness, spirituality, and women's empowerment initiatives. In 2018, she participated in the Summer of Peace Summit, sharing her message about finding common ground in a divided world. That same year, she traveled to India for the Global Summit on Science, Spirituality, and Environment, where her talk helped fund environmental projects in rural communities. She later appeared on the Journeys of Faith podcast, using her voice to support spiritual development and healing. In the end, Marla Maples' philanthropy reflects the same qualities that shape her life today: gentleness, intention, and a belief that real change begins quietly. The generosity that shapes so much of who she is. We now step closer into her present-day life, the routines, relationships, and quiet moments that define her world today. Personal life. Marla Maples' life today is shaped by peace, family, and a slower rhythm that feels far more meaningful than the spotlight she once lived in. And in this new chapter, nothing has touched her more deeply than becoming a grandmother. With Tiffany recently welcoming her first child, Marla now spends much of her time helping care for the baby and giving Tiffany the steady support only a mother can offer. Marla often says that watching Tiffany build her own life has become one of her greatest joys. Her closest circle remains small, a handful of longtime friends and spiritual mentors who share her love for wellness and inner growth. They meet to plan charity work, exchange creative ideas, or simply talk about the paths they're on. Marla chooses connection that feels real, surrounding herself with people who bring honesty and warmth into her days. Her routine now leans towards spiritual and wellness-focused work. She prepares talks, records-guided messages, and collaborates with organizations that promote unity and healing. These projects give her a sense of purpose, especially now that she looks at life through the eyes of someone holding a new generation in her arms. Travel still plays a big role in her world, though she chooses her destinations with care. She has recently spent time in London, India, and various spiritual retreats, joining global events that focus on peace, women's empowerment, and healing. Each trip adds new layers to her perspective and deepens the sense of clarity she tries to carry home. When she is at home, she leans into hobbies that calm and inspire her. Curating music, practicing breathwork, working on new writing projects, arranging fresh flowers around the house, and updating corners of her home to feel more open and light. She enjoys creating spaces that reflect who she is now: gentle, centered, and quietly strong. In the quiet rhythm of her present life, Marla Maples has found something she once searched for: a world shaped not by noise or headlines, but by intention, family, and the clarity that comes from knowing exactly who she is today. It is a simple life, a grounded life, and a life she has built entirely on her own terms. If you want to explore more real stories behind the people who shaped decades of headlines, make sure to follow our channel. There is so much more waiting for you inside the worlds they rarely show.